Today I thought I'd do a pocket dump for you, show you the gear I carry around with me every day. For me, it starts with the foundation of a good belt and a good pair of pants. I go with Carhartt brand, either pants or shorts in the carpenter style. It gives me the side pockets that I like to have, the regular pockets I need, and they don't look tactical, they're affordable, they're more than strong enough. So they're my choice of pants. For a belt, I use a Jones Tactical 1.5 inch Cobra belt. Good stiff belt, holds its shape, allows me to carry weight in my pants. Weight on the belt keeps everything in place and good and secure. My light I carry at 11 o'clock on my belt in this Kydex holster. This is a holster I built myself years ago, and I've modified it for various 1-inch diameter EDC lights. The light I'm currently using is a Lens Light Mini. The ability to adjust from a tight long throw beam to a wide flood wall of light type beam is absolutely amazing. Maybe not a perfect tactical light, but that's not what I need. I use this as a lighting tool and for work, jobs, and everyday tasks, and it's absolutely beautiful for that. Took the clip off. I'm not a fan of their clip anyway, and it wouldn't work with my holster. I run this off of rechargeable cells, get about 45 minutes of light from each cell. Basically gives me unlimited free light. Either hand's busy doing something, I can access it with the other hand. It's always there, stays out of the way, but instantly accessible. Over here is just a generic aluminum carabiner. Got my weekend keys that I need, some steel flame dog tags. In the middle is a removable Victorinox nail clipper. These things have stayed sharp for me after over 2 years of regular use. They cut cleanly, beautifully. On this side's a built-in, basically an emery board, but etched into metal. Very efficient and effective. It's not going to ever wear out. That square screwdriver tip is perfect for cleaning out under your nails without ripping your nail up, or ripping up, damaging yourself the way some of those hook nail cleaners can do if you slip with them. So, absolutely best nail clippers I've ever come across. Tritium fob, just so if they get dropped in the dark, they're easier to spot. I like to have a knife accessible to me, left or right hand. So on this side, McStrider Performance Series SMF. This is probably the finest folding knife I've ever owned, ever used. A magnificent everyday carry knife. Does everything I need, and it's just beautifully made. I've never been happier with a folder than as I am with this. On the left hand side, I'm carrying a Strider GB. Got it set up for left hand carry. This is your proverbial folding pry bar. It's the TAD edition with the heavy grind. It's about as strong and tough and chunky as a folder can get. If I have to dig, scrape, or pry my way out of a situation, I know that this GB can handle it. So that'll ride on my left side. This rides on the right. I got a knife that I can access with either hand. You'll see that the way it's set up right now, I've got it riding in the watch pocket. Almost any pants with a watch pocket, you can find the seam where it's sewed together and just remove the stitches out of the seam. That opens up the bottom of the pocket, and that allows a folder, a full-size folder, to ride down in the watch pocket. You will have a hole in your pocket there, but it'll just fall through into your main pocket. The reason I carry it up there right now is because I have a concealed carry permit, and in the main pocket is riding a Ruger LCP. That's a homemade Kydex sheath. Again, it's not maybe not the most beautiful sheath you've ever seen, but it's 100% functional. Keeps everything tucked away securely, and with the knife up here in the watch pocket, I have unhindered access to the front pocket for purposes of concealed carry. This side rides my phone in a phone pouch. If I have a little less gear with me, it'll ride my left front pocket, but with the full kit, the phone's riding, and I've modified this to attach with a full-size tech lock, and that's where the phone rides. Also keeps the shirt up out of the way. Once again, keep the pocket clear. Over on this side, my tool pouch. I've got a separate video explaining the tool pouch, going into detail, everything about it, so I'll leave that alone for now. You can check that video out yourself. Left-hand pocket. Right here's a Hinderer Extreme Duty tactical pen done in brass. For me, this is more of a self-defense tool than a writing instrument, mainly because I hate having any kind of tactical pen that has a screw cap when it comes to using it as a pen. If I need to write something down, I just hate having to deal with keeping track of the cap, because when I need a pen, I'll write it down, put it in. I don't like the caps, but on the weekend I don't need a pen that much, so this is more of a self-defense tool. During the week, when I do use a pen, I keep this in a separate pocket, and it's basically just a backup pen, and my main pen is a Brian Fellholter tie bolt. I'm sure you're familiar with these, but that rides in my shirt pocket, and click on, click off. Best pen I've ever used. Can't recommend it enough. If I move to the back pocket, I know $25 fancy handkerchiefs are all the rage, but how many of you actually wipe your snot with your $25 hanky? This is a shop rag, just old red cotton shop rag, cut in half, so it's a little less obtrusive, a little flatter in my pocket. Nothing wipes dirt and grease off your fingers better than the old style shop rag. If you need a rag, you can feel good about using it. If it gets too funky, you throw it away, use the other half. It won't get you likes on Instagram, but it's infinitely usable in everyday tasks. The wallet I go with, this is one made by Big Skinny. It keeps everything as thin and unobtrusive as possible. During the week, I'm sitting on my butt a lot, and I don't like the pressure of a wallet back there. This is thin enough that I can wear it in my breast pocket on my work shirt. So it rides there next to my pen. Inside, I've got floss stick. When you get something stuck in your teeth, it's nice to be able to dig it out without looking like a caveman. This little sleeve holds a peat gray titanium credit card knife. Not something I use a lot, but it's so easy to carry, why not have it? There's also a Fresnel lens in there, about 2.5 times magnification. Too handy not to keep. The outside of the wallet's got a small zip pocket. I pulled the tab off of it to make it even flatter. In there rides a few band-aids. I don't carry a first aid kit with me unless I have my bag, so just out and about, it's nice to have access to band-aids. Little stick pin, again, a lot of uses for that, and it's too easy not to just carry it. During the week, I don't need most of these keys, so this just rides clipped in my bag. The two keys I do need, my truck key and a glad hand lock key, ride with me on this custom-made pocket protector. It's basically just a pouch that fits in my pocket. I've got a Velcro patch there. and then I put adhesive backed Velcro the hook side onto the back of these keys, and that rides in my right hand breast pocket. If I need a key, I just reach in my pocket, open the door, slide it back in. Stays out of the way, no jingle jangle, nothing stabbing me in the pockets. Down inside there is just a wooden beard comb. Bed beard is a real problem, and that helps tame it. So that's a modification for work. One thing I haven't shown yet is what's down in the left pocket. This is an SOE business card pouch that I trimmed down, and now it is just a pouch for challenge coin that I like to carry around. This particular coin means a lot to me, and I like to have it with me, so I like to keep it nice, fresh looking, but and protected, but still have it with me. So that's how that works. And then the last thing is a pocket organizer that I've come up with. There's a lot of pocket organizers on the market. Most of them look really nice, but you kind of have to just find gear that fit it versus having a pouch that fits the gear you carry. So a system I've come up with is just custom building my own. This is as simple as I start with index cards. These are Right in the Rain index cards because they're waxed, they're waterproof, so they're more durable than a standard paper index card. But whatever item I'm wanting to incorporate in the pouch, it's as simple as I just wrap this around the item, cut it down if I need to, tape it with some Scotch tape, clip the ends and fold them in if I need to, tape those up, and that's the base of the cylinder. That's the base of the pouch. I get those built up for whatever items I'm going to carry. I take some black athletic tape. You can get this at any sporting goods store, and then just wrap them all together with athletic tape, and you end up with, give it a little shape to fit my leg. You end up with a cheap disposable, infinitely adjustable pocket organizer type setup. If you want to make it a little more permanent, you go get yourself a can of Plasti Dip in the spray can. You can spray this whole thing down with the Plasti Dip, give it 2 or 3 good coats. You might be able to see around the edges on here. This is an older section of pouch that I cut down and reconfigured, and you can see the plastic dip on it. It's not necessary, but it keeps these edges from rolling up and fraying on you. Gives it a nice overall plastic protective cover. This first item I had pulled out, it's a Kydex tube I've formed myself, and it holds just a plastic protective sleeve to hold a pair of rechargeable cells. That way my main light has, I got a cell here, I got 2 backups there, so I've got good 4 or 5 hours of light when you include my backup light. I'll get to that's just a juice for my vaporizer. Phoenix E15. This is basically a glorified spare battery holder, if you will. It's a great little light, 4 levels, goes up to 450 lumens. But if I'm in the middle of a job and my rechargeable cell runs down, you know how that works. You get instant darkness. I can reach right in my pocket and pull this out, turn it on, and I've got light again if I don't have time to swap a cell out in my lens light. Magazine reload for the LCP, screwdriver bit for the vaporizer. Those are just the items that I like to carry, and so that's how the kit I worked up to hold all those. During the work week, I've got a little bit, I don't need quite so much gear. I end up going with, I'm not carrying, and I've got most of this other stuff in the bag, so I'll just go with something simple. This is a just ripstop cotton off of an old pair of BDUs, and keep the backup light in that pouch, and the spare cells in that pouch, and that rides in the pocket. So that's another quick and easy way to do organizer pouches. Just sew something up out of some ripstop cotton or whatever you got laying around. It doesn't have to be fancy to work. May not get you likes on Instagram, but it's infinitely usable for yourself. Works wonderfully. So that just about covers it. I guess on this side pocket's where I keep my vaporizer. I don't think there's anything left. That's a Starling Gear Strider signet ring, paracord bracelet I've built up myself. Those are steel flame warrior beads. See, they come through the back. Those are Hinder XM24 standoffs. The spacer beads. That's Greg Stevens GSD1A with weathered PVD finish and antique loom. Greg got his start making watch straps. Makes absolutely exceptionally well-made leather watch straps, and he does custom watches now. That's automatic using a Miyota 9015 movement. Absolutely thrilled with this watch. Could not be happier with it. With that weathered PVD finish, as I get nicks and scratches on it, they're really not going to show up because it just blends in with the already weathered finish that it started out with. So that's a steel flame custom ring. It's 45 with wings. Derek was kind enough to build that for me using a design I came up with. So that's everything. Thanks for watching.